Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with some more Warhammer 3 data mining. Some Chaos Dwarf stuff which was unfound by myself or anyone else until a certain person posted on a different website. This was posted on the website, which I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation, I really apologize, Teba Baidu, which from my understanding is kind of like a Reddit in the East. Well, it's a forum, so I'm assuming it's kind of like Reddit, but yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, so what was posted here, which is a kind of lower quality, but we have some better quality images coming up, is that of the Ox from Warhammer 3, this is Cafe, but it looks like they have wing rigging too. We're going to start going through different images as these were found by Xenon from the SFO team after I asked him about the original. As I said, these are Ox with some wing rigging, so it looks like, well, maybe some Chaos Dwarf stuff, as we are aware that the Bale Taurus is, well, you know, a cow with wings, so it's likely that this is the same rigging that's going to be used for the Bale Taurus. We'll talk about what that means a little bit later, but it kind of makes sense because, well, you know, these types of assets are always reused and so on. I've asked Xenon and other modders, and it turns out that a lot of characters in Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 use the same rigging. For example, Malagor and Khazrag use the same ring. The only difference is the added wings. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll have the same animations, it's just the fact that they'll have the same basic skeleton. This kind of lines up with previous videos and previous data mining, which kind of suggests that the Chaos Dwarfs have been pretty much tested constantly already, which is good. That means that we might not be too far away from the Chaos Dwarfs, and I'm quite excited about that considering that the Chaos Dwarfs have been a much requested race for a long time now. And obviously this doesn't mean that they'll have the same body type and all that. It could just literally be reskinned and retextured, because that's usually how it works for these types of things, as Creative Assembly do use a lot of the same basic rigging, apparently. Like, I know nothing about game design and so on, but I'm talking to some modders and they said that a lot of rigs are shared, which kind of makes sense. So in the Warhammer Fantasy universe, cows with wings are the Bale Taurus, or the Great Taurus. They've got different names. These are special mount options and also monster units for the Chaos Dwarfs. Interestingly enough, the rig itself is quite small, and what I imagine is it's probably going to focus around the style of Bale Taurus that we saw in earlier editions of Warhammer Fantasy. Those are the ones that you can see on the left, whereas there is a Bale Taurus style mount, well, it is a Bale Taurus, just much bigger, which appeared in the 8th edition supplement for Tamokan. I imagine that that will probably be used as a special unique mount instead, as there was a named character in that supplement which had its own unique mount, so probably that's what's going to be done. I don't know if that's going to require a different rig, I imagine so, or it could be that the original one was just a testing rig just to see how it would work, but then again, they've already got similar creatures like the Manticore for that. But either way, the presence of a rig makes us think once again that the Chaos Dwarfs might be further along than we think. And I mean, I hope so, because that means that we won't have to wait too long for a Chaos Dwarf DLC. If they decide to use the old style smaller one for the generic mount options, that's not too bad, as long as we do get the unique one from 8th edition as a unique mount option, because, I mean, it looks pretty cool, that's the most important thing. But either way, this is just a small video today, just because this was really interesting data mining, and I just wanted to go over that. We'll eventually go over the lore of the Great Bale Taurus and so on, eventually, when Creative Assembly ever confirm the DLC, because that way we'd have better imagery and so on. But let me know what you guys think about this. Does this mean to you that the DLC might be closer than we think, or this is just a basic test? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion.